Welcome to War Thunder with Subdued. How y'all doing today? Well, something has been eating at me for a little while. Not anything that's a great shaker, but one of the weapons that is currently in the game that is not spread amongst all the platforms that it was used on is the AGM-62 walleye. Now, there's several versions of the walleye. Basically 1 through 6, and number 6 happens to be a nuclear tipped walleye. So I'm not worried about getting that one, although it would be interesting. But every Navy plane, with the exception currently in the game of the F-14, carried the walleye from the A4, the F4, the A7E, the A6E. All four of them carried the walleye. Yet only the A4 and the A7 are currently carrying the walleye. And I kind of wonder why that is. It would be an excellent weapon to have on the A6E tram and on the A4J. And I believe it would also be fitting for the F4S. The F4J and the F4S would both benefit from having the walleye. Which they are not currently set up for. Now, I don't know why Gaijin hasn't done that. I mean, there are pictures of them using walleyes on the FA-18. The FA-18 will be coming to game sometime in the near future. I would say within the next half year. So, why is it that we're not getting the walleye on all the platforms it was designed for? Or actually, that were designed to use the walleye? It would be a very efficient weapon to use. I mean, is there a reason? We've got this stupid, useless skipper on the A6E. The skipper, as far as I'm concerned, is a joke weapon. You have to be literally on top of something to hit anything with it, as far as I can see. And I've been trying to use that thing for months. And I can't hit the broadside of a barn with it. I mean, it's supposed to be laser guided with rocket propulsion, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's junk. The walleye, on the other hand, TV guided, basically electro-optical aiming. Drop it from 20, 30,000 feet, and it glides its way to its target. And if that target happens to be a moving target, it chases the target. The skipper, you gotta keep it lased. And even if you have it lased, the bomb just doesn't fly very well, even with a rocket motor. I mean, I've tried to hit base points with it. And I do not understand why it doesn't work properly. But that's neither here nor there. Whereas the walleye, as far as I can tell, is probably one of the best weapons for air to ground in the game. You take an A6, or excuse me, an A7 or an F4 or an A4 up high in ground realistic, where you're out of reach of the surface to air missiles, you can launch one of these things and just get the heck out of the way. Let it go. It's a good weapon. And we've got 5 platforms in the game that should be carrying it. Now, that's not to say that the A7D, the Air Force version, and the A7K, the trainer version, carried it. And as far as I can tell, they did not carry the walleye. And just so you know, AGM-62 is kind of a misnomer. It is not a guided missile, which is what AGM stands for. It is just a glide bomb, which puts it on par with the F-15E's small diameter bombs. And you might be wondering what that is. Those are the glide bombs. So, if we could get the walleye and the walleye 2. Walleye 2 was a larger weapon. Bigger boom. It would be very nice and very useful for the platforms we have in the game. And it can be stretched out to include the A6E SWIP, which supposedly is coming to the game, which Gaijin is holding back on for some reason, and the FA-18, A through whatever iteration they end up going to. And if you need to look up photos of that to verify that the walleye was used on the F-18, there are photos. All you have to do is look. Alright, that's about all I've got. This is Subdude signing out. Y'all have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow. Hope your weekend has been fun, and like and subscribe if you would, please. Subdude.